The Galactic Naval Academy floated in high orbit above Centauri Prime, a gleaming monument to interstellar cooperation. For 300 cycles, it had trained the finest officers from 74 species. Earth had only been admitted 15 cycles ago, and their cadets were still regarded as curiosities. Primitive mammals from a death world who somehow stumbled into FTL technology. Layla didn't care what they thought. She walked through the crystalline corridors after advanced tactical theory, her boots clicking against the polished floor. The lecture had been insufferable. Commander Vexithon droning on about acceptable casualty ratios and strategic resource preservation. The Trell instructor had spent 40 minutes explaining why saving 3 ships was worth sacrificing a colony of 10,000. Layla had raised her hand. What if we don't accept those casualties? The entire auditorium had erupted in the chittering, whistling laughter of a dozen species. Commander Vexthon's head tendrils had quivered with barely concealed contempt. Cadet Layla, your species' emotional attachment to individual lives is precisely why Earth has only 2 cruisers in the galactic fleet. You lack the tactical pragmatism for true warfare. She'd said nothing, just smiled and collected her datapad. Now, walking alone, she sensed them before she saw them. 6 figures emerged from a side corridor, blocking her path. Corvin Special Forces cadets, the pride of their warrior culture, each one bred and trained from birth for combat. Their scaled hides gleamed midnight blue under the corridor lights, and their 4 arms held neural disruptors in firing position. "Earthborn," hissed their leader, Krethkal. "You embarrassed our instructor. You embarrassed all of us with your primitive philosophy." Layla stopped, her expression unchanged. "Commander Vexthon is Trell, not Corvin. Why do you care?" "Because insects like you don't question our superiors." Krethkal took a step forward. "The Academy has tolerated Earth's presence long enough. Consider this a formal challenge. We will beat you unconscious, report it as a training accident, and your file will be marked unsuitable for service. Your species' embarrassment can finally end." Behind Layla, footsteps echoed. She didn't turn. 6 on 1? Axel's voice was calm, almost bored. "That's barely a warm-up for her." Layla's fellow Earthborn cadet approached, hands in his pockets. Axel was tall and lean, with the relaxed posture of someone who'd spent years in Earth's brutal gravity, learning every martial art humanity had refined through millennia of warfare. His grin was casual, friendly even. Krethkal's head crest flared. 2 insects then, even better." "Your mistake," Layla said quietly, "is thinking we're the prey." The first Corvin lunged. What happened next lasted 43 seconds. Layla moved like liquid lightning. She'd grown up in 1.2 G on Earth's surface, her muscles dense as titanium cable, her reflexes honed by a predator species that had clawed its way to the top of their world's food chain. The Corvin's neural disruptor never aligned. Her palm strike shattered his jaw before his 4 arms could coordinate. Axel flowed around the second attacker, redirecting force rather than meeting it. The Corvin's own momentum carried him into the wall with enough force to crack the crystalline surface. "Judo," Axel explained conversationally, dodging a blade. "We invented it when we decided killing everything was inefficient." The remaining 4 tried to coordinate using their tactical training. They might as well have been moving through syrup. Layla caught a wrist, twisted, and used the Corvin's own arm to disarm his squad mate. Her elbow found throat equivalents. Her knee found nerve clusters. Every movement was economical, precise, devastating. Death World evolution had made humans the universe's most efficient violence machines. They just rarely had reason to demonstrate it. Axel disabled the last 2 simultaneously, somehow leaving them alive but thoroughly unconscious. "Oops," he said, nudging one with his boot. "Training accident." Layla was already at the corridor's security panel, her fingers dancing across the holographic interface. "Cover me." "Little busy." Axel's eyes tracked 3 more squads approaching from multiple corridors. Word had spread. This wasn't about her anymore. This was about Earth, about humanity's place in the galactic hierarchy. Layla's datapad interfaced with the Academy's security system. Most species used AI for hacking, elegant, sophisticated code breaking. Humans had learned to fight digital warfare against other humans, the galaxy's most paranoid and aggressive species. She didn't hack the system. She tore through it like a predator through wet paper. 15 more incoming, Axel reported. Corvin, Trell, and some Scrix heavy worlders. They're all armed. 30 seconds. The approaching squads rounded the corners. Weapons raised. They stopped when they saw the 6 unconscious Corvins, then raised their disruptors at the 2 humans. "Stand down, Earthborn," commanded a senior cadet, his translator rendering his Trell clicking into standard. "You've assaulted Academy students. This ends with your expulsion and—" Every screen in the corridor flashed red. Alarm klaxons shrieked. The words, "Security breach, unauthorized access, lockdown initiated," scrolled across every surface. Layla looked up from her datapad, her smile cold. "Done." "What did you do?" The Trell cadet's mandibles quivered. "I scrubbed the records," she said simply. "All footage of this corridor for the past hour, gone. All security logs, gone. Your assault, your weapons, your coordinated attack on 2 cadets never happened." She tilted her head. "According to the Academy's systems, 6 Corvin cadets, 3 Trell, and 4 Scrix all sustained massive training injuries. Somewhere, somehow. No witnesses, no evidence, no story." Axel stretched lazily. "And if you file a report claiming we did this, you'll have to explain why you brought weapons to assault 2 cadets after class, which, as I recall, violates about 16 Academy regulations. Career-ending ones." The corridor was silent except for the wailing alarms. "Earth," Layla continued, her voice carrying an edge that made several aliens step back, "has been fighting wars since before your species achieved spaceflight. We've fought each other for resources, ideology, religion, and spite. We've refined violence into an art form across 10,000 years. We joined the Galactic Federation because we chose cooperation." She stepped forward. None of them moved to stop her. "But never, never mistake our choice for mercy as inability to choose otherwise." Layla and Axel walked through the parted crowd, leaving unconscious bodies and deleted records behind them. Behind them, senior cadets frantically checked their own datapads, confirming what Layla had done. The security system was scrubbed clean. No evidence existed. The Academy's pristine record-keeping had been violated by a first-year human cadet in under a minute. In Commander Vexthon's office, an alert chimed. The Trell instructor reviewed the security breach report, then the medical reports flooding in from the infirmary. His tendrils went rigid. He opened a secure channel to Earth's military liaison. "We need to discuss your cadets' technical capabilities and their combat efficiency. We may have miscalculated." Across the galaxy in Earth's Defense Command, a human admiral smiled at the transmission. "Miscalculated? Commander, you have no idea. Those are our diplomats. Wait until you meet our actual warriors." But Layla and Axel didn't know about that conversation. They simply walked back to their quarters, 2 humans from a death world, carrying the weight of their species' reputation on their shoulders, and wondering what humanity would teach the galaxy next.